Well, it's good to be back. Another week, another episode. I appreciate Chris again jumping on and doing another episode with me. Welcome back, Chris. Thank you so much. Also, I will have links to his social media and his YouTube channel, so check him out. We've actually
Keystone Lawn Care, baby.
Yeah, we've actually created more episodes on his channel as well, so make sure to check him out.
It's a tag team here.
A lot of informative, we're doing a little collab, a lot of information that we've talked about, covered a lot of subjects, and today we're just going to be doing one more of these and continue on with the, how to market your business and what you should be doing when you're just starting out.
Yeah, so remember to like, subscribe, comment
down below.
Do it now before we get started, before you forget.
Yeah, if you have any video topic ideas or questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section, and we'll definitely get to them and probably answer them in the next episodes.
Yeah.
So.
Well, great. Well, thanks for having me.
Yeah, definitely.
As we're coming here, you asked me to kind of prepare a little something. I said, all right, I'll try to think of something. And as I was reading this morning, I came across this passage in the Bible. It's Proverbs 13:20. This is the Message version. It says, "Become wise by walking with the wise. Hang out with fools and watch your life fall to pieces." And I think that's really important. You got to surround yourself with good people. You got to surround yourself with other wise people,
Yeah.
You can't hang out with a bunch of dummies you used to hang out with when you're in high school, out drinking or carousing or being dumb. Yeah. You gotta up the game. You own your own business now.
You're a business owner.
You got your kids, you got your family, you're married now. Yep. You can't spend all night drinking and being a dummy. You got to surround yourself with some good people here.
Exactly. And the thing is, you look at other business owners and business personnel, how do their businesses fail? Well, first of all, they go into debt, and then they, some of them, they start to drink alcohol or
drugs whatever.
And just to get the pain and the mind off of business. And then that's when their businesses tank and go downhill.
Yeah.
This isn't about drugs and alcohol, but I don't do any drugs or anything like that or alcohol. That's just the thing that I've always, put my foot on and never said no to all that. But it's also very important to just keep yourself clean and pure and focused, have a mindset of focusing on, business and growth and all that. So.
Yeah, you want to surround yourself with good people. You look at Phil or you look at me or you look at other people in the community and you think, hey, Phil's doing all right. He went from a Nissan Sentra, a little four-door sedan, and now you should see his truck parked out front. It's really nice. And I'm thinking to myself, man, I'm watching Phil in the neighborhood, he's working at the hardware store, he's cruising around this crappy old car, and I'm thinking, all right, and he's making something of himself. And I'm thinking, well, maybe this Phil guy is somebody who I want to know.
Yeah.
I want to meet him. He was mowing the lawn across the street from my house, and I didn't get mad at him. I wasn't like, oh, this son of this guy's stealing my business. It was more I walked over to him and I was like, hey man, what's going on? You seem to be, you got things going on. I wanted to meet this guy. He seems smart. And I look around and here in the studio, he's got a bunch of cool stuff. You can't see it. Most of it's off camera, but I'm impressed. I'm like, man, this is somebody who I want to know. Yeah. And it's important to surround yourself with those kinds of people.
Appreciate your kind words, man.
Yeah, man.
Same to you, man. But we're just having fun. One thing we were talking about off camera was we obviously talked about hey, so what are we going to talk about? And I mentioned we talked about marketing, your business when you're just starting out. And maybe going door to door. Well, how about, some people are is it introvert or
introvert when you're private? Yeah.
When you're private, you keep it to yourself.
Outgoing.
You're not
maybe you're nervous.
Yeah, you're nervous. So let's just say you take our advice and you're all right, well, I'm going to go door to door. I'll have my flyers in hand. I'm going to go door to door, hand them out. So how do you build the confidence to actually go up to the door and knock and present yourself?
Yeah, I would say practice.
My thing was, practice. My thing was I got all of my practice and skills set into place when I worked at Ace. Because I wasn't just a mechanic, I was a sales associate.
Yeah.
So I got to talk to, hundreds of clients a day.
And sometimes not so happy clients.
Not so happy clients, different age group.
Yeah.
People that were just there in and out. Some people I understood that they actually don't want any communication at all. Because they're in there. They have a mission in mind to get the thing and get out of there.
Yeah.
And they don't want anybody to come up to them and say anything to them. They don't want their time wasted. They got to get in, get out.
Yeah.
And so, but we get a lot of older people coming in and asking for things, and it's it's a slow process.
Yeah.
And
they want to talk.
They want to talk. And they got to tell you their life story, and it's You know, sometimes you don't have the time because you got a lunch to go to, or
you got something else.
So,
Yeah, I got a million other things to do.
So you learn all those things when you're actually working at like a 9-to-5 job as a sales associate. That's me personally how I learned.
Yeah.
How about you, Chris? How'd you like get into the habit of talking to people and understanding that you feel confident in talking to people? Is it?
I came from a sales background too. You know, I sold. I didn't go door to door selling vacuums, but I almost practically did. I did a lot of that kind of door to door sales. I worked at, I guess I can say this. I worked at ADT Security in the commercial division, and we would go door to door on new businesses, and we try to sell them the security system or something. We went as far as ambulance chasing. We would go down to the police station. We'd find all the crimes that happened the day before, and they'd print them up, and we'd say, all right, and we just went door to door to all those people, kind of ambulance chasing, and that was tough, man. Yeah. You walk into a business who just got robbed, and then you try to sell them an ADT security system. It was rough, so. It takes a lot of practice, and then I moved on. I did a lot of inside sales too. I worked at Amazon.com for a while in their inside sales department, back when Amazon wasn't a big company that it is today. Oftentimes when you first bought something on Amazon, it didn't even come from Amazon at all. It came from a third-party seller like Nordstrom's or Toys R Us or whatever. And so my job was to talk to these small businesses or large companies and get them to sell their stuff on Amazon. And that was really challenging because back then nobody knew who Amazon was. Right. And I'm like, hey, I'm calling from Amazon.com. I want you to sell, your lawnmowers or whatever on Amazon. And they just hang up on me. And so, practice. You work as a sales. So I worked at Ace Hardware. I worked at a different location. I worked down at the one in Monroe, and he was up on the hill. And so, just a lot of sales experience. And it's not to say you have to have a lot of sales experience to mow a lawn, but it helps in marketing.
Now, how about people that don't have a job? They just want to do full-time lawn care business and do the, cold door knocking, and how do they present themselves? How do they get the practice? You were saying something about maybe practicing with your family or something.
Yeah, practice with your family. When my kids were younger, they were in the Boy Scout or the Cub Scouts when they were real young. And part of being in the Cub Scouts is you have to sell the popcorn. It's an annual fundraiser. You got to go door to door and you got to sell popcorn. And it sucks. It's sort of like the girls have the Girl Scout cookies, and boys have the popcorn. And, you're talking to like these like little 5, 6, 7, 8-year-olds, and they don't want to go door to door to sell popcorn.
Yeah, they're shy.
And they're really shy, And so what I had my kids do is I had them practice at my house. And so they would go outside and stand on the doorstep. I close the door, and they ring the doorbell, and I open the door, and like, hi, who are you? And they're like, and then they would launch into their prepared speech. Oh, I'm so-and-so from da-da-da-da, and I would like you to buy my popcorn. And then I would say, well, I don't want your popcorn. And then they would say something like, oh, and then I taught them these little things. Oh, well, it's really delicious, and we have these different flavors of popcorn, and then, well, I don't like that flavor. Well, maybe you would like this flavor instead, and then you'd hand them the product, and you get them to touch it or whatever. You
play out different scenarios.
Yeah, and I would practice with the kids, and sometimes, you'd shut the door in their face. I don't want to close the door.
Or like I was saying, you'd open it like, what do you want?
And
somebody that's grumpy or something, not having a bad day or something.
Yeah, man. And so we would just have fun. And so if you can, maybe you don't have anybody to practice, but you can certainly walk up to your own door and pretend ringing the doorbell and pretend talking to somebody, and just practicing the words coming out of your mouth and like what you're going to say. And there's a lot of different sound bites you can learn. You can say, oh yeah, well, I understand how you feel, and you kind of empathize with them. There's so many different strategies.
Or even even if you just want to do cold calling or like calling maybe an existing list that you have, practice with family members. Say, hey, I'm going to call you. Answer like you don't know me, and I'm trying to sell you a service.
Just practice.
And be honest how I did. Yeah. Because you can, we get phone calls all day, people trying to sell us stuff, you know, and I get people from like Thumbtack and Nextdoor and saying, hey, would you like us to advertise your business? No, thank you. Well, but then they wouldn't give up. Yeah. They don't give up. They say, well, why not? And then you're like, oh wow, they're trying to hook me on a conversation, and you're like, I don't want it, and they keep going until you hang up. Yeah. Sometimes it's that way. Some people are nice enough to be like, all right, thank you, have a great day. Yeah. But people that need, like, are trying to, like, they'll do everything to sell you something, they'll be on the phone until you hang up.
And we're not talking bad about these guys, because these guys are persistent, and that's what you need to be. You need to be persistent.
Not even persistent, but they're professionals.
And they're professional. You need to be persistent. They practiced. A lot of times they have to read a script. Actually, they have the script there in front of them. Maybe you need to write things down, memorize a script in your head, and just practice. And don't listen to us. Just watch other professional YouTube videos online about how to sell. And they didn't have YouTube back when I was getting started, and so being able to watch like a cool sales video, It would have been neat. What they did back in the old days is they would actually fly a group of salesmen out to some sales training. I did this. It worked at a company. They flew us all out to Chicago. And we spent a whole week learning about different sales tactics. And we learned about the product and how to sell it and who needs it. And, and they actually had professional training. People would come in and they would teach us how to sell. And so I've used a lot of that experience over the years. And so I think it's valuable.
Now, how about people that maybe feel comfortable to sell them something or read a script, and if the person on the other end says no, they just have a great day, bye. How about the other way around? When you finally start getting phone calls in, some people aren't confident. They don't know how to answer the phone.
Sure.
Maybe the same way, have your family call you,
just practice,
and you answer and read a script. Like when I worked at Ace, we were always trained to answer in this way. I would answer the phone and be like, "Thank you for calling South Hill Ace Hardware. This is Phil. How may I help you?" Right?
And how do you answer the phone now?
"Thank you for calling Phil's Lawn Care. This is Phil. How may I help you?"
There you go.
Same thing, except a different business, right?
Yeah, you practice.
And so we practice, we get it all down, and when people actually, hear Phil's Lawn Care, this is Phil, well, now they know that they're talking to the owner.
Yeah.
They'll talk with you, like obviously you're talking to the owner, they're going to get straight information, pricing and all that. They'll know everything. And but it all comes down to practice. I mean, if you're not practicing, if you're just going to dive straight into it and you feel comfortable, go ahead and do it. I mean, but over time you'll understand. You'll every time the phone rings, I'm like, "Thank you for calling Phil's Lawn Care. This is Phil. How may I help you?" It's just embedded in my brain.
It just becomes a soundbite that just kind of blow out of your mouth. And
second
you don't even
nature.
think about it.
Yeah. And over time, the more you do that, the more comfortable you'll feel.
Yeah.
And I still sometimes struggle with my speech. I'm not saying I'm perfect.
Yeah.
I'll be like so focused on something, or something happened that day, like I broke a window, and I'm just zoned out, and I still answer the phone, but I zone out.
Yeah.
And I feel so ashamed because you're not focusing on what this client's telling you. They're like, "Hey, would you come pull my weeds? And hey, can you give me a price?" And you're just like thinking in the back of your mind, like, "Man, how much is this going to cost?
It's
I just
tough.
broke a window. You got like 50 other things.
And you're just like, just get on with it. Where's your address? Like, what do you want? Stop telling me that you hurt your back. And
or sometimes you don't even answer the phone.
Yeah.
You get to the point where you're in your, 3, 4, 5 year in your business, and you've maxed out your clientele list. Sometimes you just don't even answer the phone.
Yeah, I had a guy I ran into, kind of like Phil. He had been doing it for many years, and he had 50 or 60 clients. And he programmed every single client into his phone, so when he could look at it and see who's calling, and then whether or not he was going to pick up. If he didn't have either it pre-programmed into his phone, and it wasn't his family member, or it wasn't a client already there in the phone, he wouldn't even answer it.
Yeah, because I also when I'm in that situation, sometimes I have 60, sometimes I drop back down to 50, depending on dropouts and all that, depending on how busy I am. But if I'm super busy, same thing. I have all my clients on my phone, on my business phone.
Oh, you do that too?
Yep.
Oh,
and I see like, oh, this client I've done service for, or like if it's a client that I don't do weekly service for, maybe sometimes I'll let it go into message.
Yeah.
But if it's a client that I'm mowing that day or that week, I'm going to answer the phone, because they'll probably want an additional service, or they want to complain, or they want to just say, "Hey, don't forget to close the gate because the dog is going to run out," or something like that.
Yeah, whatever. So, we get that a lot.
So, but over time, you'll feel more comfortable. You'll kind of smooth flow your talk, whether that be on the phone or talking one-on-one to clients as well.
Yeah, that's really important. Just practicing with home, like what I did with the kids. Just practice at home, open the door, or call your buddy and just have him go over the script, or even write it out. There were some times when I would go on a phone blitz when I was working in previous companies. I just wrote out a little script, or I had like the main points, and I would say, "Hey, this is Chris from and this I'm going to talk to," and I would just have just a tight little message, and they couldn't even say no. I wouldn't even let them get a word in edgewise.
Yeah. Now, how about well, people like listen to us. They're like, "Okay, well, you guys are talking about practicing. Well, what do I say?" What just came up into my mind is, well, make some calls to other lawn care companies that are bigger, that have an office, and maybe see how they do, how they talk, what they talk about, what they ask you, what kind of questions, and write all this down. Like if you call, let's just say ABC Lawn Care, okay? Fill in the blank lawn care. Call them and literally have your pen and pencil ready, and write out their script. Like maybe they'll answer with, "Hey, welcome to ABC Lawn Care. We really appreciate your call. How may we direct your call, or how may we help you? What kind of services? What do they say? What exactly did they say when you were talking to them?" And then over time, you call different other companies and compare them and see, what their scripts look like.
Yeah, and you're going to want to
take your ideas.
Yeah, you're going to want to compare apples to apples. Yeah. If Phil is a single solo lawn care, he's probably going to call other single solo lawn cares to get an idea of what they're talking about. Somebody who's bigger, they might call an office or something. Mm-hmm. Sometimes with my business as I've grown, I'm trying to take a little step back. I've hired some employees, and I'm not there every day. I'm present, but maybe I'll go on vacation or whatever, take a day off. But I've been trying to kind of distance myself just a little bit. Yeah. Put a layer in there where when I answer the phone, I don't say, "Hi, this is Chris with Keystone, the owner of Keystone Lawn Care." Yeah. Or Phil's Lawn Care. I say that, "Thank you for calling Keystone Lawn Care. Maybe how can I help you, or how can I direct your call?" And giving the appearance as if I'm some huge company, and maybe they want to go to the sprinkler division, or maybe they want to go to the landscaping department. It's not really lying. It's just that I want to create a little bit of a barrier between me and the client, because I've been doing it for a long time, and like I said, I have hundreds of clients that I do regularly and thousands of clients on my call list. Yeah. And I don't want to, honestly, I don't want to have to, have that. I don't know. Speaking of which, here, let's catch this on. This is a solicitor.
Oh man.
Oh, he hung up. All right.
Anyway, for the better.
Yeah. Anyway, so I kind of interrupted my thought pattern, but we're just trying to compare apples to apples. And
no, definitely. I think it's very beneficial to,
we're
so distracted. We're gonna take a break. I think it's good to take a break.
Yes, we were interrupted by a solicitor on the phone.
We're not professional interviewers.
This is good.
But we're going to take a break. Make sure to leave a like, guys. We really do appreciate it. Comment down below. If you're having fun with us, man, make sure to let us know. If you enjoy these kind of episodes, I'll always leave a like. We really do appreciate your feedback. So we'll catch you right after this break. All right, and we are back, and we apologize for all the little distractions.
Isn't that funny? You're interrupted by a solicitor on the phone when we're talking about listening to people.
Hey, but that's the thing. Like, solicitors will call you even when you're working. Sometimes they'll distract you from
that's my bad.
Trimming.
I put it on silent. Sorry, my bad.
No, it's all good. But we're going to wrap this one up. Yeah. We're going to briefly explain what we all talked about. We talked about going door to door and just getting that practice beforehand.
Practice.
Yeah, because you can go up to a door to door and be like, "All right, I'm gonna go today. I'm gonna get all my flyers. I'm gonna go." You're gonna show up to the property. You're gonna knock. They're gonna answer your door, and then you're just gonna freeze.
Yeah, maybe you should have a little script or something in your head you're practicing as you're walking up the front steps.
You stand in or park on the side of the road and just go over your script and just read it and be like, "Hey, my name is Phil. I'm so and so with Phil's Lawn Care, going door to door in the neighborhood, and just wanted to let you know that we're offering services in your area. Here's our prices. Here's always whatever. I don't have a script, but whatever. Write it down." And it's either they're going to say, "Yes, thank you," or no. Now, people aren't, maybe some people will slam the door at you, but if you just be really nice and just express yourself.
Genuine,
Yeah, be genuine. Just say, "Hey, man, I got hair coming down on my nose." But just be genuine, just be like, "Hey, I'm so-and-so," and don't be like, "I'm super nice guy, I'm the best," and just... have all...
just be genuine, be yourself. The business of lawn care is really personal. You're going onto this guy's property. You're going to be mowing his backyard. You're going to be around maybe his kids or his dog or, whatever. So it's personal. He's going to hire not just the lawn mowing. He's going to hire you because he likes you.
Yeah. How about real quick we talk about tactics?
Tactics? Like sales tactics?
Sales tactics, yeah.
Oh, gosh. There's so many different kind of sales tactics.
What I thought about one was... when you knock on someone's door, they want to see what benefit will you bring to them? What kind of value will you bring? So when you knock and say, "Hey, I'm so-and-so, I'm just starting out my business. Yeah. I don't have all the best equipment, but I'm going to be on your property so-and-so day, every single day at this time. And, you know, you can pay by check, you can pay via service, or you can pay at the end of the month, whichever you'd like. But I'll be here, and I'll cut your grass, and I will even get your approval, you know, just to make sure that everything looks good. And that's maybe how you can start out and sell a service. You know,
really set the bar high.
Yes.
I mean, you're going to be professional from the beginning. You know, even if you don't have any shirts or anything to wear, you're going to at least put on a clean shirt, you know, and clean jeans, and you're going to go up there and you're going to present yourself nicely. You don't want to, and you're going to want to, whatever, shave and whatever, you know, wear a hat or whatever you're going to do. You're going to present yourself well, and that may be a kind of a no-brainer. It is maybe to folks like us and to folks like you. Maybe we're preaching to the choir here because you guys are already watching this video and you want to get a little something out of it, and you're already doing these things. But yeah, you know, go up there with a confident, you know, smile and look sharp. And if they don't hire you that day, at least they remember, hey, that was a nice guy that came up.
Yeah, or have at least maybe a set of business cards or something, or a flyer. Just give it to them. Be like, hey, hold on to this. If you ever need something, just let me know. I'm your guy.
Well, and you say, well, I've already got a guy. I don't need you. Well, that's great. Give it to them
just
anyway.
in case. You never know.
There's so many times I've been second.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, I mean, it's not like I stole the client. You know, I gave him a card, whatever. I was second place. I was second on the bid. Maybe I was third on the bid. Maybe the first guy dropped out or whatever. You know, and I've always gotten that phone call later, like, hey, you know, I met you, whatever. You're the second bid or whatever. And,
always. Yeah. I've had people every year. There's like, hey, my lawn care guy just randomly dropped or quit, or he doesn't service this area anymore.
Yeah.
Well, usually when they say they don't service the area anymore,
that's code for they don't want to work with you
that
anymore.
might be a code for what's wrong with this person.
Right.
But hey, you know, it might not worked out for that company, it might work out for you.
Absolutely. So, I've been second place a lot, and it's come back to be first place, and so I'm happy about that.
So, but again, if you guys got any questions, we're going to wrap this one up.
Yeah.
I know we kind of were jumping.
We're all over the place
a
here.
little bit.
This is fun.
Yeah, this is what you get with our episodes, what you get with our characters. So that's just what it is. But I really appreciate your guys' viewership. Thanks so much. Don't forget, subscribe to Keystone Lawn and Tree Care. I'll have a YouTube link or his YouTube linked in the description and comments down below.
Yeah.
But hey, if you guys found anything informative, anything of value in this video, please make sure to leave a like. We really do appreciate it. And also leave a comment down below just saying what your best part was or what you might have gained from watching these videos. Thank you guys so much. Chris?
Thank you.
Yeah, any last words?
Yeah, Chris, Keystone Lawn and Tree Care in Spokane, Washington. Woo!
Take care, guys. We'll see you in the next one.